I'm John Cohen, and this is my tech. This is Amber X. It is your personal and private cloud storage device. You guys may be familiar with services like Google Drive, Dropbox, maybe OneDrive from Microsoft. All of these offer amazing options for cloud storage that give you access to all of your data no matter where you are and no matter on what device you're using. The issue you may have with any of these services is twofold. One, there's a monthly fee, and second, the data is not private. That's right. Your data can be looked at by third parties, such as law enforcement, government agencies, and maybe the occasional hacker. There are some solutions on the market that actually give you private cloud. They're called NASs, Network Attached Storage Devices. And there are quite a few out there. The one I want to look at today is the Amber X, and it is pretty cool. It's simple and very effective. Made by Latticeworks, Amber X features a very simple design. As you can see, it's just a simple little black box, similar to the size of maybe your TV box that you get from your cable company. But it has a whole whack of features. On the side here, we have an SD card reader, so you can go ahead and take your SD card right from your camera and stick it right into the Amber, and you can read and store all of your photos. In the rear, we have HDMI port, USB port, and Ethernet port, along with the power plug. And these give you the ability to go ahead and connect the Amber right to your TV, so if you want to stream from the Amber device to your TV, both wired and wireless, so if you don't want to use the HDMI cable, that's okay also. And it's an easy way to look at your photos, share videos, presentations, and other content. And of course, there's the USB port. And the USB port, to me, is one of the biggest features that I really love. That means I can use legacy devices like an external hard drive and just plug in this drive to the Amber via USB. And then all of a sudden, in the cloud, I have access to all of the data that is in this drive. So if you think about services that you would pay for, like Dropbox or OneDrive or Google Drive, you're limited to how much storage you can have. And of course, you pay per gigabyte that you use and need. With Amber, you have the flexibility. Built into this device right here is a 512 gigabyte storage. So right off the bat, you're going to have 500 gigabytes of storage. And with the expandability and use of an external hard drive, and we've tested up to 2 terabyte drives and they work just fine, this gives you flexibility to have access to all of your data, or well, not all of it, but most of the data that you may need on a day in, day out basis. Now let's talk about how to access the data once it's attached. Of course, this Amber connects via Wi-Fi or Ethernet to your network. And then from there, you can go ahead and use the iPhone app or the Android app to see your data. It is very simple to set up. On a computer, it's also easy. It's an app that's available for download, and it just connects to your Amber device from your computer. So as long as this drive is online, you'll be able to access your data. Because it's a physical device that sits in your house, the Amber holds your data, and for someone to go ahead and gain access to it, they need to know your username and password or have physical access to the drive, so breaking into your house or something like that. Unlikely, but it is a concern still nonetheless. If you want to go one step further, of course, you can always encrypt the data, and that's done on the device through the app, and it makes it much easier to be extra cautious and extra secure. Who really is Amber X made for? Who's the target audience? Well, it's any home user, any maybe photographer, videographer, someone in graphics, anyone who wants to have access to that data that they need regardless of where they are. Remember, this can sit in your living room and not connected to a computer at all, and you could be on the road somewhere in Europe and have access to all of your information. Because it is a web-based device, internet speeds do factor in. The Amber X does feature 802.11ac, so you do get nice fast Wi-Fi, but you are also limited to the speed of where you are. So if you're in the middle of the Caribbean on a boat, you may not have access to the fastest internet, and thus getting data from this device remotely may take a while. Why use AmberX? Well, maybe you're sick and tired of paying those monthly fees to Google Drive, Dropbox, iCloud, OneDrive, etc., etc., etc. And maybe you want to roll your own, basically, security device so you can have control of your data. By no means is it a foolproof process to set up a drive like this. It does take some time, but once you have it set up, it runs smoothly and it's easy to access no matter where you are, as long as you have internet connectivity and as long as this device is connected to the internet as well. And that's the key, really. Because it's not stored anywhere in someone else's service, like Dropbox or iCloud, you are the one in control of your data and you are the one who can see it. You still get all the great features like being able to share files and send links to people, but think of it like this: you're in control of your data. You have full access and you have full control, not anyone else. And that, for some people, is a big benefit. I will put a full description about the AmberX below, and you can take a read and see if it's the right product for you. This is John. Here's a couple other videos that you might like, and feel free to subscribe.